It is a glorious, glorious morning. I was really busy this morning. I checked on the beehives, I added some supers, and I also thought I would try my hand at making carob syrup. There are 3 ways to do it, and I'll show you how. I just want to say, I have never done this before. Nope, I've never done this before. I've watched a lot of videos, I've read up a lot on it, and I know that there are at least 3 ways to make carob syrup. The first way is to roast the carob pods before processing them into the syrup. Another is to chop up the carob into tiny pieces, boil them, and then strain that, process it to make the syrup. And another way is to soak the carob pods for 24 hours before processing. But in all 3 processes, you have to make sure that your carobs are clean. So these are washed, checked, no rotting pieces, no holes. Everything is good. They're nice and clean. So what I'm going to do is divide these into 3s. I'm going to put some in here for roasting. Roasting. There you go. And I'm going to put them in the oven. Oh, look what I discovered. Oh my goodness, I'm burning my oven. Yes, look at that. Oh my goodness, that should show you how powerful these things are. I just simply uncovered it from its winter cover and didn't think about it. But whoa, I'm glad I did not leave this for a long time. Literally, this was just a few minutes because I'm going to be cooking the carobs on this cooker. Wow. All right. I can get these into this cooker so that they can be roasted. Hold on. Yay! Don't know how long it'll take for them to be roasted. They'll be slow roasted. It's okay. It can take a day. I've got time. I've got patience. But they're in there. And wow, even this is up to 150 and it's not even set yet because you can see by this it's way off. And yet it's still at 150. There we go. Now it's set. Now the roasting shall begin. Now I'm going to take a third, take about this much, and since I don't know if the soaking is supposed to be, whole or chopped up, I decided that I would take these and do half and half. So just for the sake of division, I'm just going to put those in there now. And then these I am going to break up and put into this pot. And then I'm going to take half of these, break them up, and put into that bowl of water. So here it is. I have this divided in half. And supposedly we just set these aside for the next 24 hours. And I'm just going to cover them to keep anything out of it. And I see no reason why these have to take up space on my kitchen counter. So I am just going to leave them outside for now. These are all chopped up, ready to be covered. And I will put them on the solar cooker so that they can boil. Now that is a hot fire under there. You can tell is... You see the shiny bottom? It's the sun reflecting. And that's hot. I mean, really hot. The water shall be boiling very, very shortly. I mean, it has to be hot in order to scorch this cork. And I bump this lid. All right, you see it scorched that in just like a minute or two. So, yeah, you got to be careful. That is really hot. These bowls are going to be out here waiting for tomorrow. And the cookers are doing their jobs. Yeah, I don't think being out here in the sun is going to affect the soaking very much. At the very least, it'll warm up the water a little bit. It won't bring anything to a boil. So, when everything gets going over there, I'll bring you on back. Right, I have readjusted this. Looks like I have to readjust it a little bit more. I didn't do such a good job. Hold on. No, I overpowered. That's what happened. Okay, and if you noticed, it is now up to 260 degrees. Now that is Fahrenheit. And it is up to 125 degrees Celsius. So those are getting a nice roast. It'll be a slow roast, but still a roast. And then over here, this is just about boiling. Can you see the vapors? It's nice and hot. It's just about boiling. Yes. All right, it looks like this is boiling. This one is boiling. Now remember, this one is the ones that we just chopped up, put them into the water, and brought them to a boil. Now that they are boiling, we'll boil them for about half an hour, and then we will remove the carobs and then let the water evaporate until it's a thick, syrupy consistency. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So we're going to let this boil just a little bit longer. It's been boiling for about 10 minutes, so I'll let it boil for just a little bit longer. Yay. And can you see that the sun has moved just a little bit? So I am going to re-angle this so that it will have the best angle for the heat. I smell the carob. It smells really good. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice and warm in here, hot. Yeah, these are nice and roasted. I'm going to put down the lid. I'm going to let these cool off. And then the instructions now are to let these soak for about 24 hours. So once these are cooled off, I'm going to put them into a bowl and let them soak for 24 hours. All the big pieces are taken out. And now it's just a matter of letting this boil down until it's a nice, thick, syrupy consistency. You'll see little pieces floating around in there. That's okay. I'm going to strain those out once it's syrupy. I'm going to put the lid back on this. All right. Wow, that's really boiling away. Yay! All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the carob. It would be nice if I had something to put them in. All right, I got a bowl. All right, I'm going to put these in the bowl. It's a beautiful color liquid there. Absolutely beautiful color liquid. All right, it's all out. Look at that. That is such a pretty color. I don't know if it's showing up on the... I can't get out that one little piece. I'll be straining this anyway once it's boiled down. So I'm not going to worry about that little piece. Look at that readjusted. You see how shiny that is? Yeah, you really want this pot shiny because that means that the heat is definitely full force on it. I added water, and these are also supposed to soak for 24 hours. Again, I don't know if you're supposed to break them before soaking them or if you leave them whole before soaking them, so I am comparing the two. Isn't it lovely that I have all these stainless steel plates and bowls? Okay, now that that has been brought to a bowl, I just opened the lid a crack, just a tiny crack, because I still want to keep the heat in, but I also want the steam to escape so that the liquid can evaporate and this can become syrupy. Look at that. It's evaporating away quite nicely. Look at that. Okay, it's almost a little bit late in the day because we're still on our winter clock. It's still warm, but the nice thing is I can either wait until tomorrow to boil some of this down or put it on a regular stovetop. But I'm thinking we still have enough heat in this throughout the day. I have readjusted the pot so that the reflection is now on the bottom of the pot. So it will continue to boil for another hour or so. All right, I think we have it. This is a lovely dark brown color. It's thick. It smells like strong carob. In case you're wondering, it started here at that line. So it dehydrated about 85%. It's thick, sort of. I mean, much thicker than it was. You know, I pick it up with a spoon and it still maintains its really dark color. So I'm going to let it cool down and then I'm going to strain it out. Wow, very good. Very good. I have these that I am going to process tomorrow, also with the solar cooker, and we'll see how it goes. But I just want to take a look at what this is like. Ooh, all right, that is a nice dark color. Let me get a spoon. Wow, look at that. This is what was boiled earlier. It also has a lovely color. It's not as dark as what I had boiled earlier, but the color is coming out of that really nicely. Now, let's check on this one. Nothing. No color at all. See that? So I think I have my answer. Yeah, very little color there. And oh, that one has a lovely color. Although it has color, but nowhere near as much as what was roasted. This is the roasted, and this is the not roasted. There is a difference in color. I wonder if there's going to be that much of a difference in, well, obviously there's going to be a difference in flavor. But, we'll see tomorrow. I think what I may do, though, is go ahead and chop these up. I'll chop these up and add them to this, because this is really, like, come on, nothing. Nothing. So I'm going to chop these up and add them to here, and I learned something. They need to be chopped. That certainly narrows the dishes down. These are the roasted ones, and these are the not roasted ones. I don't know why that seems like it's far less, but it is. So tomorrow we will boil these up and see how it goes. All right, here we go. Next day. Good morning, everybody. All right, we're going to start with the roasted one today. And what I understand is that we have to remove these. Hold on, turn the plate over and I'll remove these from the plate. We remove these and then we boil the juice down. All right, now for the non-roasted. Now, the juice for this is not as dark as for the roasted. What's interesting is that Yesterday I just boiled with the pieces in, and they were as dark as the ones that were roasted. We'll see what the flavor difference is. There we go. We've got the pot on. Yep, this is a different cooker. I use different cookers, different days, depends on my mood. And I figured, you know what, this is a smaller pot. I can use a smaller cooker. It's also windy today. And on this rack, I actually have a guard so that if there's a really, really strong gust, the pot won't fall off. I have to do that with the other cooker. I'll do that, but this one's already done, so I'll use this one. I want to show you something. Look at that color. Isn't that such a pretty color? And there's the second one. Yep, 2 of them. They're like twins. Yes, because sometimes you need 2 burners. All of these are done. This is what I did yesterday. As you can see, it is a nice dark color. I could probably boil it down just a little bit more. And then this one is the roasted. Okay, just so you know, this one is the first one I did, where I just chopped up the pieces and boiled them immediately. This one is the roasted, and then let it soak, and then chopped it up. And then this one is where I just let it soak. I'm going to let that boil down just a little bit more. This is where I chopped them up and just let them soak overnight. Now, I have tasted all of these, and the one that tastes the best, and also the one that has the most syrupy content to it, is the roasted. So I think that from now on, I'm going to roast them, and then I will chop them, and then I will boil them after soaking them overnight. Because this one really does have the richest flavor. It's really good. This one is okay. It's okay. It tastes fine. It tastes like carob. This one just tastes very, very weak. Until next time.